Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of ItsRJTV Golf Clash coverage live from Cleveland, Ohio. It's your host, RJ. Yay! Okay, we're covering two things today real quick. I want this video short and sweet but very informative. So check it out. We're going to cover beginners and intermediate all the way up to pros. So this is for everyone. I'm going to tell you which clubs you should be upgrading to, which clubs are worthy of upgrading, and when I'm done with all that, I'm going to do a quick video on the Hall of Shame, which was recommended by Jacob, one of my subscribers yesterday. Sketchter. I'm sorry, man. I do not want to butcher your last name. Jacob, thank you so much. If you guys see Jacob in the comments, give him some love. I had a little bit of writer's block, and now I got two ideas, and maybe they'll both fit in the same video. Anyway, I'm rambling, and you guys want me to get to the point. I want to get to the point. Let's get to the point. I'm not going to go over my clubs with you guys because obviously I'm following this system. You'll see that pattern. So I'm actually going to hold this list here. Well, actually, I got to hold my phone because I'm doing like a PowerPoint without PowerPoint. Okay, on your way up. First thing we're going to look at is drivers. You're going to obviously start out with a beginner club for every single club that you have. So I'm not going to talk about beginner clubs because we need to get rid of them right away. So to start things out, the first club that you're going to need to get obviously is the Rocket. It's better than the beginner club. As you can see, I upgraded the Rocket just a few times, and then I got myself the Extra Mile. The Extra Mile is going to carry you all the way until you get the Apocalypse. Thor's Hammer is a decent club. You can upgrade that club if you want. Me personally, I mean, it depends if I get it, but my Extra Mile is probably going to be about level 6 or 7 by the time I get that far, thus possibly still being better than Thor's Hammer, but it'll never be as good as the Apocalypse, so that's the card I want to upgrade to. So Rocket, Extra Mile, and you're going to have the Extra Mile forever, and then Apocalypse. Extra Mile is a super, super, super important club to have. You'll figure this out as you play. Certain courses were just made to where you got to have the Extra Mile. So click that little shopping cart down at the bottom. Look down at the bottom of the iPhone screen. I just clicked it. Look here often. You will see your Extra Mile here. Buy it with the gems. Some people won't agree with me. They'll say spend your gems on balls. Spend your gems on, whatever it is. No, the Extra Mile is just way too important. Same thing with the Apocalypse. If I see the Apocalypse in this store, I don't care. I'm getting it. I have 473 coins. It'll be an epic or whatever it'll be. I'm not 100% sure, whatever. I'll drop $5-10 just to get that club. It doesn't make a difference to me. So anyway, let's go back. I'm rambling, and I want this to go quick. So those are the three clubs. You're going to start with the Rocket. You get the Rocket right off the bat in practice because you get all of your gems and everything else. For landing in a sand trap, for doing stupid things, they give you gems. And they also, give you your first couple chests. You don't even have to wait a minute to open them up, and you'll get the Rocket. Go ahead and upgrade the Rocket a couple times until you get the Extra Mile. Then you're done with the Rocket. You never have to touch it again. Upgrade your Extra Mile as many times as possible. Don't mess with the Big Topper. Don't mess with the Quarterback. Don't mess with the Rock. Thor's Hammer, up to you. Apocalypse, bam, there it is. Then you're done with drivers. Next, let's go to the woods. In Tour 2, there is a common card called the Viper. We like that because the Viper is a very good card where it's at. So this is how it's going to go. Beginner wood. Most likely you're not going to get the Horizon because it's epic, but if you do, that's fine. But go straight to the Viper is my advice to you. And then you have the Hammerhead. The Hammerhead and the Viper, to me, when I'm playing the game, feel like the same exact club. It's just the Hammerhead is better. So there's not really a learning curve. You don't have to drop down to the lower tours to practice with it and everything else. It's just a better overall card. Club. And once you have your Hammerhead, the next logical card would be the Cataclysm. So you hold on to these cards for a while. But wait, it's not quite that simple. The Big Dog or the Guardian, you got to choose one of the two. I personally would probably recommend the Guardian because it's got all that backspin. You're going to need the power of these clubs on Tour 6. So, I mean, it's not like you could toss your cards away anyway. see where your cards are. Go on the internet, look up, what's a better club, whatever you decide. It doesn't matter. But the Big Dog or the Guardian are the two popular. However, I will say, if you want to save your money, you can complete the Tour 6 with the Hammerhead. It is a very good club, and that's probably what I'll be doing, but I'm a little bit better. If I was just going into Tour 6 for the first time, I went with the Big Dog. So woods, we got Viper, Hammerhead, Cataclysm. However, Big Dog or Guardian is needed for Tour 6, and then on top of that, the Sniper is just a very fun club to play with. Unfortunately, it's underpowered, and there's a lot of courses where you'll have to pull back a little too far, and you lose your accuracy. But on the courses that you don't have to do that, it has amazing accuracy, and it's got amazing ball guide, but the power is lacking. You got to really upgrade that one high. Okay, we've covered the driver and the wood. Let's go to the long iron. Once again, as you see, Tour 2. You unlock a common card called the Backbone, one of the best clubs in the game. You're going to use, I believe, only 2 cards. Yeah, the Backbone, until you can unlock the epic B52 in Tour 5. The Grizzly, a very good card, but you're not going to upgrade that you're not going to get that until Tour 6 or have shots at it. There is a possibility you'll get it before you get the B52 because it's rare as opposed to epic, and it's fine to upgrade the Grizzly. The Grizzly is another card I would probably go with over the Backbone. However, Backbone, B52, those 2 clubs, boom, bada boom, bada bing, that's it, you're good, you're set. But it's not that simple. Here we go again, the Goliath. Is it just the Goliath? I would highly recommend when you go to Tour 6, you use the Goliath. Not very much accuracy there, but you got the power. You got a lot of top spin on it as well, and Tour 6 is long and a lot of wind, and you definitely need it. So we've covered long irons. Now, what's next? Short irons. I got the Hornet just the other day. Okay, so I was using the runner. I stopped when I got to level 3. It was still cheap. Whoa, no, it's not cheap. Maybe that's why I didn't upgrade the runner anymore. Anyway, the Hornet is it. You go from whatever they offer you, the first club they offer you for your right after the beginner short iron, and you go straight from that to whatever they offer you, upgrade it maybe 2 or 3 times, and then as soon as the Hornet opens up, boom, grab it. Now, if you get the Thorn before the Hornet, start upgrading that Thorn. But I don't care if you're in the middle of upgrading your Thorn. Once you get the Hornet, discard the Thorn. Now, obviously, you can't discard any type of, golf clubs or anything in this game. However, let's do a little quick comparison. Power, wash. Accuracy, 100% Hornet. That's what's so great about this. There's one thing that the Thorn does much better, and that is the backspin. So guess what? You want the Thorn, but you want it for Tour 6. After Tour 6, you're going to go back to your Hornet again, I believe, in all likelihood, unless they come out with some new ones. You need all that backspin because it's really hard to stay on some of the greens, and you're going to just have much better luck. But I've taken a stroke off of a lot of my games that I've played because I am very easily chipping in shots with the accuracy of the Hornet. As soon as you get that up to, I think I got mine in my other account to level 5, you get like 90 accuracy. You almost have to try to miss. So anyway, that was short irons. Moving along, nice and quick, just like I like. The dart, you open it up in Tour 1. It's a very easy card to get, and for where it's at, it's a nice card. Excuse me, sorry. I opened up the Skewer the other day, which, as you can see, those are the only 2 clubs that I got, and the Skewer is an awesome club as well. However, if we compare them, my dart still outperforms my Skewer. So as soon as I get my Skewer up, I'm going to continue. I'm going to go with the Skewer, put the dart aside. I've outgrown it. Got someone revving their car. Okay. trying to get on ItsRJTV. People are going crazy to get on this channel. They just got to rev their car. They got to yell out the window. They're like, oh my God, it's RJTV. I am so happy to... Okay, I'm getting off track. Anyway, $1,600 isn't a lot of money once you're up in Tour 5 and playing up here. I think I have 180,000, but I just don't see the point in upgrading it. I finally got my skewer. I'm going to upgrade the daylights out of my skewer all the way until I get... Oh, I forgot to turn the page. The Endbringer. The Endbringer, far and away, 100%, the absolute best wedge you can get. No brainer. But where is it? Tour 6. What is it? Epic. You're going to have some issues getting that card. So the skewer is going to be your lifeblood. You're going to fall in love with this club. The accuracy is a little bit suspect, but it's way better than the accuracy and everything else except for the down-in-one. But the down-in-one is a completely different club. I don't like the down-in-one for one simple reason. It's fun to dunk with. However, you're not always going to be in dunking range, and you don't have a ball guide. You have very, very little ball guide. So I'm not going to mess with the down-in-one. Sure, I'll get my gems, you know, doing however many dunks I have to do, but beyond that, just for gameplay, we're going dart, skewer, rapier. Dart level 4, plenty until you get your skewer. If you get your skewer sooner, great. If you're not going quite as fast as me, and you know you could have your dart even higher, 1,600 is not that much money to upgrade. Go upgrade it 1 or 2 times more than I did. I'm progressing faster, unfortunately. You know, because I'm not on an even playing field. I already knew how to play the game when I started over again. That's why I got a beginner badge. Well, I'm actually rookie 1 now. So we covered every club. Now we're going to the mistake clubs. Rough iron. Okay, I unlocked the machete first, so I used that for a little while. Then I got the rough cutter. I feel the rough cutter is slightly better. Once again, you can see I can upgrade the rough cutter, but I don't feel the need to. It's only $800, no big deal, right? Right, but I'm playing Tour 5 right now, and the club that comes after is the Razor. So hopefully I'll unlock this Razor soon. I don't care about the rough cutter, the jungleist, the machete, the off-roader. You want to go from whatever you have to the Razor. Once you get the Razor, you're going to be upgrading the craziness out of that, and then you're going to go with the Nirvana. The Nirvana is the cream of the crop, the best club, the top, doesn't get better, that's it. So whatever you open first, whether it's machete, rough cutter, doesn't matter. Don't spend a lot of money on these until you get to the Razor. You're going to upgrade the Razor quite a bit because it's going to take you a while to get the Nirvana. It's going to take you a while to get a lot of these Tour 6 and Tour 7 clubs. And then you're good. So Nirvana, yeah. Anyway, last club, Sand Wedge. Okay. You're most likely going to get the Desert Storm first. It opens up in Tour 2, and it's a common card. However, right there in Tour 3 is my next favorite club, which is the Malibu. This is a very simple one, actually. Right next to the Malibu, not quite as good as the Malibu, but still an excellent card, is the Sand Lizard. The Sand Lizard is a common card, so I got it before I got myself a Malibu. So I'm upgrading the Sand Lizard, and I'll continue to upgrade the Sand Lizard absolutely no problem because it's a great club to have. Those two clubs are on equal footing. I think the Malibu edges it out just a little bit, but overall, you're going to improve your golf game with Sand Lizard than you are the Desert Storm. So that covers all the clubs, I believe. I didn't skip anything. And as you can see, I practice what I preach based on the clubs that I have here. And now we are going to cover really quick what my subscriber Jacob wanted to cover, the Hall of Shame. What clubs would I not recommend upgrading? I'm going to go through this real quick. As far as drivers go, everything except for the Extra Mile. And then, of course, Thor's Hammer and the Apocalypse. Nothing else is worth upgrading. People out there are going to hate on me. They're going to leave me nasty comments. They're going to say, I don't know what I'm talking about. When you are playing all these people, get a little notebook and a pen and paper and put a little slash next to everyone you play that has an Extra Mile, and then have another column for all other drivers and give them a slash. 90% of the people out there are going to be using the extra mile. It's the best club to be had. Honorable mention does go to the rock, but you got to get the rock up to level 6 just to get as much power as the extra mile level 1 has. 221 for the rock, 220 for the extra mile. No other club, none of them. It's there we go. Not the rocket, not the big topper, not the quarterback. None of them, from quarterback on down, can hit the ball 220 yards. No brainer. Wood. Not one wood sticks out for the Hall of Shame. They all have a purpose. Even the Horizon. I would have said the Horizon, but I know my buddy Gary used the Horizon there for a while, and you know, he showed me on certain courses that top spin definitely comes in handy. So from my notes, what do I got here? Nothing. I can't discount anything. There's no Hall of Shame for the woods. There's no clubs that they shouldn't have made. So moving along. Long irons. What do I have for the long? Oh, got to turn the page. Might catch some hate on this, but the Tsunami. The fact that the Tsunami is gotten in Tour 7, and I mean, look at that pathetic ball guide. I don't know about you, but with my long iron, with my backbone right now, I hit chip ins from time to time. You're not going to do that with a 1.2 ball guide. Everything else looks good. I don't know how far up that ball guide gets upgraded, but I know it doesn't get very high. And with a long iron, I need some kind of a ball guide. I don't even know if it gets to the 2.5 of the backbone that I have now. If I do, you know, if it does get to that point, great. If it doesn't, whatever. Anyway, for a level 7 card, not interested. Hall of Shame. Long iron, short iron. I want to cover 2 clubs that are in the Hall of Shame for the short iron. The first one, and it's by far the worst club in my opinion, is the Apache. 32 accuracy. You should be getting chip-ins with your short iron. Not every time, but it should be doable. With 32 accuracy, I just don't see it. Number 1 Hall of Shame winner by far. Honorable mention, the runner. At level 10, which is maxed out, the runner has 66% accuracy. Can you imagine upgrading a card to level 10 that you should be able to chip in with? Well, you could chip in with 66, but still. And then 97 topspin. Of all things to have, you know, epic proportions of, I don't want topspin on a short iron. Wedge. All right. All wedges, the Malibu, the Dart, the Firefly, the Boomerang, have surprisingly low accuracy rates. All generally under about 60 for the most part, until you get to the Endbringer. The Endbringer is insanely good. What makes the Hall of Shame? The Boomerang. A wedge should be a chip-in, at least 50% of the time. With 0 accuracy and a 1% ball guide, and then just to put it in your face, look at all that backspin and curl. No thank you. Who's curling a wedge shot? I never have. And backspin, I'm not a fan of backspin when it comes to chipping in a shot, because you're taking the bounces and you're clustering them closer together. And that's one other thing I want to hit on real quick. Do this with your rough iron or your sand wedge. When you're playing a game against someone and you land in the sand or the rough, take the cursor, the target, and draw your finger on it and go out away and then come back in with it. You'll notice that your target gets bigger and smaller. A smaller target means less room for error. So if you're using backspin, that means you're pushing it out further and you're losing accuracy. Neat little tip there. So yeah, I don't like using the backspin. Where am I at? Wedge. Okay, and then you got your down in one. Down in one, fine club if you want to dunk. However, I don't like the down in one because not every time you pull out the down-in-one are you going to be able to dunk, and you don't have a ball guide, you're shooting blindly. If you're within dunking range, like if I'm playing someone with the down-in-one, I feel like, oh yeah, they definitely got it within dunking range. But if they need to bounce it in, no accuracy whatsoever because you have no ball guide. Wedge, rough iron. Last page, guys. The Junglist offers absolutely nothing good except for curl. Quick, simple, to the point. Hall of Shame, Junglist. I believe that's an epic card as well. Yep, it's an epic card. Don't want it. And last of all, oops, sorry about that. You guys probably heard a lot of smacking my microphone with my hand. Last we have the Sand Wedge. Hall of Shame for the Sand Wedge. I got two. I got two for you. I have the Desert Storm, 54 accuracy, fully upgraded with a 2.7 ball guide and 71 curl. I don't curl much from the sand. 96 power. Sand Wedge, you're in the Hall of Shame. Honorable mention, the Castaway, 95 power, 27 accuracy. No, let's flip that. Castaway, you're in the Hall of Shame. Desert Storm, honorable mention. 2.3 ball guide on the Castaway. Anyway, we're running long. I already went 21 minutes. That's way too long. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any input, put it in the comments. If you liked what you saw, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like what you saw, forget you, hit the thumbs down button. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and keep an eye on ItsRJTV because I've been uploading quite a bit lately. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.